Tonight at 7 o'clock, a disaster has struck a West Auckland family's home. And we will find out at 7 o'clock what foulness this disaster was. What drove the Bennett family from their home? Why they're so reluctant to go back. Homes at 7 o'clock.
America has laughed off a vote by the Iraqi parliament over weapons inspections, calling it a charade. The parliament's rejected a UN resolution calling for Saddam Hussein to disarm. But at the same time, the president's son is urging the resolution be accepted. However, the final decision rests with Saddam Hussein, who must make up his mind by Friday. The BBC's Bridget Kendall reports.
What looked like a dramatic show of defiance. A unanimous vote by Iraq's parliament rejecting the new UN resolution to send in weapons inspectors.
We are not going to turn the other cheek. This is a preparation for war.
But that indignation is only part of a carefully mixed message Iraq is sending the outside world. The MPs also confirmed it's Saddam Hussein who'll decide.
I think it's extremely unlikely that Saddam Hussein will refuse to let the inspectors in. This would be a gift to the United States, who are very keen to invade. I think what's much more likely is we see today a highly orchestrated piece of theatre.
And an important prop, if this is an elaborate game, was provided today by a letter, apparently written by Saddam's son Uday, a possible hint that by Friday's deadline, Saddam will grudgingly accept the new UN resolution. Unlike the parliament, Uday's letter argues for compromise. He calls on Iraq to accept the UN resolution within certain limits, which include adding more Arab experts to the inspection team. We must give time to diplomacy to achieve these conditions, he says. But in Washington today, an impatient President Bush brushed talk of any more negotiations aside.
It's over. We're through negotiations. There's no more time. The man must disarm. He said he would disarm. He now must disarm.
A warning reinforced by new airstrikes this weekend from this US aircraft carrier in the Gulf. If Saddam risks defiance, these daily patrols will turn into the first step towards war.
If they get the go-ahead, weapons inspectors could be in Baghdad by next Monday.
Prince Charles has moved to limit the embarrassing fallout from the aborted trial of Princess Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell. He's announced an internal inquiry into claims against some of his staff. The most serious allegation is that one of the Prince's servants raped another male staff member, and Charles covered it up. The inquiry will also look at how the butler's theft trial collapsed, with new evidence from the Queen. The probe by Prince Charles's private secretary is due by Christmas, but critics still insist an independent inquiry is needed.
Now to one of the world's most fascinating creatures that's making a comeback after being tagged an endangered species. The United Nations claims the elephant is recovering so well that a ban on selling ivory is to be relaxed. It's a move, though, that'll alarm environmentalists, and it comes as we're getting a better understanding of the mighty animal. The BBC's Andrew Harding explains.
Dr. Joyce Poole is talking elephant.
That means I want to go this way, let's go together.
Not an easy language to master.
What's that?
I'm not sure. I can't control it very well.
For 20 years now, Dr. Poole has been trying to decipher what these Kenyan elephants are saying, convinced that it's much more than aimless grunts and trumpets. Now she's worked out 75 distinct calls, the very first elephant dictionary.
So when I hear the sound of a baby call, I know whether that baby wants to suckle or it's upset with someone else. I can tell by the quality of the sound.
Back at home, a computer helps with the detective work.
Listen to this one.
What is it?
It's a bit weird. I think this is when a group of elephants were imitating trucks on the Mombasa Road.
Elephant mimicry aside, there's a very serious purpose to all this.
What we're hoping is that what we pull together will help other people who are studying elephants, who are trying to conserve elephants, who are looking for new ways of managing elephants, perhaps using sound to keep elephants out of people's farms.
And maybe even warning them about poachers.
It's estimated a relaxing of the ivory ban would be worth around $6 million a year to African countries.
Well, just ahead on One News, the RSA murder trial. Here's how a key witness got rid of crucial evidence.
And South Island wineries warn the introduction of wine police could make for some sour grapes.
Later in sport, the All Black coach rings in the changes. Plus, there's a hero's welcome for our latest double world champion and the Canadian football fan who bites off more than he can chew.
Right after a player. There's some kicking going.